To order, the first item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Rathel, would you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on the agenda is roll call. Mr. Moran is here. Mr. Rathel?
Here.
Mr. Mans is excused. Mr. Filarski? Here. Mr. Hornby?
Here.
Mr. Loftus is excused. Mr. Howell?
Here.
Next item is the approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to put a couple additions to the agenda. I'd like to put an action item on action item number 4, a motion to stop eviction process of Hall's flying service.
Anything else?
And I'd like to put on as a discussion item, is Raymond going to be here?
I have not heard back, so I'm wondering if they got the flu or they're caught up, because I know that Halls was hoping to be here and their representative has the flu, so it's been pretty silent on their end.
Okay. Do you want to present it then, just in your manager's
Yeah,
report?
I'll put it in my
Okay, so
manager
that's
report.
it then.
There'll be opportunity to discuss this item 4 when we reach that point in the agenda, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Is that by way of a motion, Mr. Rathel?
Yes.
Add that up.
Yeah,
A motion by
addition.
Mr. Rathel to approve the agenda as amended to add action item number 4, which is to stop the eviction of Hall's flying service. Is there support?
Support.
That is supported by Mr. Filarski. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item is presentations. Janelle, any presentations tonight?
None at this time. I'll talk about it during my manager
Okay.
report.
Yeah.
We'll move on to next item, which is our public comment. Anybody in the public like to make a comment?
Yep.
My name is Mike Dolder. I'm putting together Gross Rd Athletic Club here, right down the street here. Just want to say we're happy to be here. We are going to try to get this open as fast as we can, but by doing it right. But I want to thank all you guys for your support. We had a talk off this that they're helping us out, and we're spending a lot of money, just so you guys know. But it's going to be worth it. I promise you guys. It's going to be great for your community. And thanks for having us.
Well, good luck. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Mike.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We'll move on to our next item, which is the approval of the minutes of the October 29th, 2025 meeting, special
moved.
meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Rathel. Support by Mr. Hornby. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item is the approval of the November 17th, 2025 meeting of the minutes of the general meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Rathel, support by Mr. Heil. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item is the approval of the November 2025 financials. And we have our financial report that indicates that we have our budgeted revenues for the year of $1,587,694. Our year-to-date revenue is $876,358, which is 55% of our budget. And our expenditures are budgeted at the same amount of $1,587,694. Our year-to-date encumbrances and expenditures are $594,401. That is 37% of our budgeted expenditures. As of November 30th, our capital reserves are $1,200,664. And our past due rent summary as of November 10th is $20,644. Any comments?
I have a comment. So we're going into our fourth quarter, right?
Yes.
In
ninth,
January, right?
ninth month, yeah.
So do we expect some big expenditures coming in the fourth quarter? Or?
We do. I'm just going to make mention. So right now, just after this report came out for the financials in December, we have roughly $86,000 that came out of the general fund for our loan payment to the general fund. So we're expecting another 60 for the payment for the installment loan for the roof. And then our insurance and bonds, which is probably roughly another roughly $100,000. So by the end of the fiscal year, roughly $160,000 will be additional to that expenditure. So that was what I was going to mention.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
And then, as far as Chris Clinton, does this number represent the money you got?
No, we did not receive that today as of 4:00 this afternoon when I checked with the cashier's office. So that would be the current amount that is owed.
And then what's going on with,
The check is in the mail for the $147, we received that payment today. And then the last one is just gonna come out of the security deposit.
okay, and then, looks like, Island Athletics,
That would,
Alan left without paying rent and,
in October, they did not pay their October rent. So what we'll do is we are holding a security deposit of $4,100 roughly. So we're gonna take that $2,600 out of that security deposit along with some other unpaid bills that they did not pay, which would include, we have an outstanding water bill because of them, and then, just the condition of the property, so.
Is the 41 enough to cover any bills that are owed, plus the rent?
I'm waiting for one, I don't know the answer to that, but I think it should cover the bills. It covers the bills and it will cover the October rent. But the amount of work and effort that has gone in since their departure, I suppose it's probably open for conversation and how we would like to bill that out.
what about the water? What was the water bill that they left behind?
I think it was right around $400 for the
Oh.
water bill.
Okay,
So the water bill was $400. They did pay the utilities, so the gas and electric. But, I know that there was conversations that the HVAC was supposed to be in working order during their tenancy, and it was not. We had to pay temperature to come out and repair that, the 2 heaters that were in there, and then just simply the condition of the building itself, which is part of their responsibility during their duration of their lease agreement. So the question is going to become is how can we go back at the $41.67 to the security deposit? That'll cover those items, but any more than that, I don't know. It won't cover a whole lot more.
well, I think, I don't want to look at a past due rent summary from Island Athletics anymore.
Okay,
I mean, that's my opinion. I mean,
fair enough.
let's just write it off. I mean, I don't want to go after them and,
Okay.
But that's just my suggestion
Oh, but it sounds like with their security deposit, we got pretty much anything owed covered except maybe cleanup expense.
That would be correct.
Okay.
Yep.
well, I mean, it's, okay, yeah, we'll leave it at that. That's,
So there could
Okay,
be
I mean-
repairs that were necessary.
yeah, but.
Correct.
But,
Saying let them go, and I could concur.
But you can immediately offset the past due run against the security deposit and get it off the sheet and then
Correct.
reconcile further.
As bills come in. I can do that.
Also would like to point out that, as I mentioned, our retained earnings are $1,200,000, which I think is the second or third time we've been at that point, over $1 million. So, thanks to everyone for the good management of our funding here.
yes, indeed.
If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve the financial report. Motion by Mr. Filarski,
Second?
Support by Mr. Hornby to approve the November 2025 financials. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Our next item was our action items, and our first item is the approval of the lease extension for Hall's Aviation LLC, doing business as Hall's Flying Service at 9505 Groh Road, Suite 175 and 280, in the airplane hangar. We have a resolution in front of us that reads, based upon the recommendation from the Groh Airport Commerce Park Manager, the Groh Airport Commerce Park Commission hereby approves the lease for Hall's Aviation LLC, doing business as Hall's Flying Service at 9505 Groh Road, Suite 175 and 280, in the airplane hangar. It's for a one-year term, for a rental of $4,000 per month.
Ron, when does it start again?
August 1st
That's
of
what I thought I'd read.
2025.
That's what I thought I read, so
Yep.
okay.
Mr. Chair, I'd just like to extend the Hall's apology is that the representative that was supposed to be here has the flu this evening, so his intention was to be here, but he did reach out and say that he's, send his apologies, so.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Chair,
Mr. Rathel.
so it's starting August 1st, and then we look at August 1st to December 1st is $16,000 plus a security deposit of $5,250, so that's $21,250 that was owed, right? Is that correct?
Repeat that number?
$21,250.
For the security deposit?
No, for
Oh, the,
August, September, October, November.
4 months at 4,000 is 16,000
Yeah,
plus the
16.
5,
It's
250.
21,250.
yeah.
Okay, and where are we at with balancing that from,
Well, we had received payments of another amount, so as soon as I think we're pretty much almost kind of net right now. There's some math
that
in
you
the.
have $21,250 from them?
I don't know if it's a full $21,250 from them, but there's some clerical stuff that needs to be gone through. So I'll sit down with the accounting department and move forward on that.
Wait.
And we're just approving the lease tonight.
We're
so,
just approving the
I mean,
lease this evening.
I assume that
There have been
by
many payments made. And at the end of it, we may owe them money. So we may have more money collected.
Oh, okay. I move approval.
a motion by Mr. Rathel,
Second?
support by Mr. Hornby. Is there any further discussion?
There was a lease of some sort for a couple of months that was underway. I'm not following how we go back to August, and it's one document. We've got this second document that was for 2 months that were like December and January. We've got 2 leases with them?
Those would be two different lease agreements, Bills. So the one that we're talking about right now is for the flight school over at Hangar 2.
Okay, I needed to keep my head straight. That was-
Yep, no problem.
Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, we have a motion by Mr. Rathel, supported by Mr. Hornby. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item number 2 is the approval of a categorical exclusion for land release. Is of vacant land on Meridian. We have a resolution in front of us that reads, based upon the recommendation from the Groh Airport Commerce Park Manager, the Groh Airport Commerce Park Commission hereby approves a categorical exclusion proposal provided by CNS Companies, Inc. for the vacant Meridian land release in the amount of $6,300.
Or move, so moved.
Motion by Mr. Rathel, support by Mr. Filarski. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Rathel?
So this doesn't have the Groh Road property on it, though?
No, remember we talked about that during last meeting? The way that the state wanted to do it was two separate land releases, because the one on Grow Road is gonna take a lot more time, where this is a much easier process. So we're gonna do those separately.
Do you have when you're gonna start the Grow Road?
No, not yet.
In-
Been,
Within the months or years?
no,
or-
it'll be within months. It'll be within months. And actually, what we should do is we'll have the engineer survey that one at the same time, since
Yeah.
we've been waiting a little while for
Did the
that.
engineer survey that?
No,
Do I need to call the engineer?
we probably need to reach out to engineer.
Does everybody know what this is?
Why don't you give us a summary, Mr. Rathel?
So, we own land that is south of Meridian School that is tied to our contractual agreements with the FAA on what we're able to do or not do with properties that we have. For example, the athletic center, we had that release from our obligation from the FAA to be able to put an athletic center in instead of making it a aviation facility. The new restaurant that's coming here on the west side or east side of this building, we had to get that released so that we could do what we wanted to do with that. And we ended up doing that, which allowed us to put together the lease for the restaurant. And this is the release for that property that we own that we have nothing on, but it will allow us to do what we want to do with it. It'll be taken out of our portfolio of obligation. What we're going to do with it, we don't know. We have no plans to do anything at this point, but it was the right time to get it released so that in the future we would be able to do what we want to do with it as soon as any opportunity came up that we felt that was beneficial.
John, how many acres is that piece of property you're referring to now?
Well, as soon as we get it surveyed, Bill, we'll let you know.
I'm gonna, if I were to guess, roughly anywhere from roughly about 20 acres, I think is kind of what I was looking at.
Well, I didn't do an overhead, but.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, it was roughly like 20, 25 acres. But
That
we
piece
won't,
of property is sort of a roughly an L shape, is it not? It runs east and west on the north part and then the south.
It's that wooded piece of property
Yeah,
right
no,
next to
so
Meridian
it's a
School.
perfect rectangle.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's right. It's,
thank you.
now, this will allow us to do what we want with it, but does not include the possibility of us releasing like for sale, right?
We could sell
It
it.
does, yes.
So this would allow us to sell it as well. Okay.
correct.
Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, we have a motion by Mr. Rathel, supported by Mr. Filarski. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Our next action item is the approval of the lease agreement for 9251 Grow. And we have a resolution in front of us that reads, based upon the recommendation of the Grosville Airport Manager, the Grosville Airport Commerce Park Commission hereby approves the lease of 9251 Grow Road, Grosville, Michigan 48138. Terms of the proposed lease agreement are listed in the history, purpose, and expansion section. And we are leasing the first period of the lease is for a 5-year lease with a 1 3-year option, a second 3-year option, and then there are another 3-year option. Do I got that right, Mr. Rathel?
So there's 5 years.
Correct.
Then there are
1,
4 3-year options. No, there's 5.
There's 5.
Options.
Mm-hmm.
And then that takes us to 20 years and then there is a 5-year option, so there's a total of 25 years. And then if anybody, I think everybody saw the lease, and in the lease spells out our obligations to the building, and then what Bill Sod plans on doing to the building as well over the next year, which includes work going on now. And in the spring, there'll be outside work done to the building, painting, landscaping, new parking lot, things like that.
Yeah, we have a partial list of things that have already been completed or in progress. And I'll just read through that list. New panels and insulation in the gym area, new tile for the hallway panels and repainting, rubber flooring in the gym area, metrics, gym equipment package, a men's restroom repaint and countertops, LED lighting conversion, and new fans and gym mirrors are going to be installed. And then in the spring, there's going to be some exterior building paint and repair of some of the issues in the walls there. And then future things are they're going to tennis court repaint, repairs, and pickleball lines, and then a Pilates room remodel and equipment. So we appreciate all the effort in what you're doing to turn this into a more, I guess, inviting environment with, all these new improvements. So thank you.
It's gonna be world class.
It's gonna be something special for you guys. I mean, I'm excited about it. I'm 62, been doing this forever. I'm super excited for you guys.
We're
I have to move down here because I want to be able to get out here. So I'm originally from West Side, I'm going to move down here.
We're excited too. It's been an amazing past couple of weeks as we've watched the transformation just in the little that you guys have done so far. So,
Can't wait to paint the building.
yeah.
It's something that the community has asked for. And I sit also on the planning commission, and we just did it's out of my mind, I spent 3 years on it. Master plan, thank you. And recreation was up towards the top, right? And, this group here, this group here is not responsible for recreation, right? We're not the Recreation Commission. However, we saw the need to give back to the community. We're very conscious of this airport within our community. We do every decision based upon how it affects the community around it. But we're a financial commission because this airport doesn't take any taxpayer funding at all. Even the FAA monies that we get, which is in the millions, are user fee monies, not taxes. So we had this challenge with this building, and it's not easy. But like always, this commission figures it out and gives back. And just wanted to thank Greg Hornby, who did a lot of work with this. Janelle did a lot of work with this. And I can't say enough about how important this is going to be for our community. It just is going to raise all of our property values, our quality of life here. This is not the facility that we had in the past. It is totally different with world-class gym equipment in an incredible, beautiful setting, clean, which is going to offer everything from children activity all the way up to senior activity, schools, high schools, middle schools, elementary schools, and hopefully the recreation department sees that they should probably be involved some way or somehow as well to utilize this facility. So this has been going on for a long time. And if you ask Greg and Janelle, every day, we're having these conversations, and I'm just glad that we finally did it. So thank you, Commerce Park Commission, for another grand slam. So,
Appreciate what you guys do. I mean, like I said, designing something super beautiful. I mean, it's not gonna be done overnight, obviously, when we get paint, but I'm, you know, cold plunging, I have inflammation in your body, I have tanning, and if you want to tan, I have, like, literally a full-service place. Hopefully, I'll leave you a little restaurant in there, where, you know, come get food and stuff like that. So it's gonna be when it's said and done, it's gonna be nice.
so Mike, are you gonna get something out on Facebook, like Grow Rd now, and start making some announcements and get,
Gets back and actually, I'm gonna try to plan something after the first year to do something special down here. I got, probably after the first of the year. I'll get on that Facebook you told me about, but I'll start posting something to move. As soon as the lobby gets done, the bathrooms are done. All the urinals are coming out. We're gonna have black urinals and they're black bath. We're doing everything. When I mean everything. So as soon as it's safe, per se, we'll have some kind of get together in there. Invite everyone to come. Everyone in the community come. We'll invite everyone to come eat. We'll feed everybody.
well, if somebody wanted to give a gift certificate for Christmas, can they do that, or is it too
I'm working
early?
on that right now. It's going to be nice. We're still figuring out to be honest, the pricing. I don't know what my pricing is going to be. I'm going to make it fair. You know, it's good, but again, it's going to get. I mean, we're probably going to push $1 million. Honestly, when it's all said and done, so it's a lot. When it's said and done, every equipment's going to be $1 million. So it's going to be beautiful. If people want to come from Trenton or whatever to drive over here to probably work out here, it's going to be that beautiful. It's going to be a destination spot. People are going to want to come over here in the fitness field when I'm done with this, just to want to work out a one-day pass just to be there. That's what I'm building.
I feel like it's going to be like the Detroit Athletic Club, but the Downriver Athletic Club. I mean, that's how I feel.
Yeah, it's going to be big. You know, some people don't want to pay, you know, come over this, I'll come down, but I mean, people here that live in the neighborhood, and it's going to be, I plan on making it 24/7. Hopefully, not at first, but by probably summertime, be 24/7 key fob, so you can't sleep at 2 in the morning. Go to the gym. Go knock yourself out. Go in there, hit your key, and go in there, get a workout in. But it's just my vision for this is something me and Bill had for a long time. I've known Bill for 10 years. He came to my gym. He owned 2 Crunch Fitnesses, and
You're talking about Bill Sod,
Bill
right?
Sod, yeah. And I started training him, and I ended up training the whole family. You know, he got into fitness because of me, and then I still trained one of his sons today. I still used to train his daughter. I trained the whole family. And we have a good rapport. He knows I'm the man for the job. And we've been trying to find a place for 5 years out here. And somehow this came upon here. Someone brought it to him, and I said, took a look. I said, dude, I got a vision for this. I can build us something super sweet. And he asked how much. I told him how much, and I just went over that. But I mean, being in the gym fitness, I'm 62, been this forever. I'm super excited for you guys. Like, I'm super excited for this island here. Like, I'm actually thinking about moving over here once I get done business. I love it over here. You know, I live over there in West End by my gym. My gym runs self-sufficient. It's 24/7. I have a manager there. You know, I just train like different athletes, different people there. But I'm going to be down here most of the time. So again, thank you guys. And I won't let you
thank
down. I promise you.
Thanks, Mike.
I'm going to get you guys some shirts too, okay? I'm going to run down
I know
there real quick.
we really like your prototype there.
This is a prototype, so
Yeah.
I made like 20 of these. I'll bring you guys a shirt. So these might not be it, so it might be one off. No one else will have this. I'm going to bring you guys a shirt. I got to do the truck.
I will entertain a motion for the approval.
I think
of
we
the
already
lease.
had, just,
Nope, we,
Yeah.
there's.
so moved. Well, no, wait a minute.
I really,
No, you're gonna move the motion?
I was gonna add a little,
Oh, go ahead.
echo a little
ahead, yeah.
commentary that
Oh.
it really is remarkable, you know, that this family is making a statement to this magnitude, you know, and putting together a team with you to just, you know, the passion and the vision of giving something back to the community that's a much higher level. And with the wherewithal, you know, to do it. You know, it's just, we look forward to it with great excitement and thank you a lot.
Appreciate you guys.
You don't want to make a motion, Mr. Hornby?
Make a motion that we follow the manager's recommendation and approve the lease as presented.
Support.
Had a motion by Mr. Hornby, supported by Mr. Rathel, to approve the lease for 9251 Grow Road. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Congratulations, Mike.
I'll grab some shirts real quick. I did bring you guys some.
Thank you.
We will move on to action item number 4, which is to stop eviction of Hall's flying service.
I don't have the date, but I'd like to add it to the.
December 5th.
What's that?
It would have been December 5th,
Yeah, when was it filed, though? I think we need to.
November 4th. November 4th.
I
and
move
5th.
that we stop the motion of eviction from November 4th of Hall's flying service. That's that simple, I guess.
Motion by Mr. Rathel. Support by Mr. Filarski. Is there any further discussion?
I'd like to ask a question. I think I understand this. I just want to make sure I'm straight. We had this particular issue going on, and now because we've resolved everything, it's a matter of housekeeping to just take it out of the action.
Correct.
That is correct. We approved, action item number 1 was to approve their 1-year lease.
Thank
So
you.
Because of that, now we're stopping the eviction. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we have a motion by Mr. Rathel, supported by Mr. Filarski. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Moving on to our discussion items. Item number 1 is Building 63 build-out study session for January 12th, 2026.
I know there's been a lot of conversations and building out 4 additional units. We've gotten rough estimates on how much that's going to cost, and it looks like we can have a return on our revenue, being that the build-out that we built out back in 2019, we've had a consistent flow of occupancy there and a demand for more units, and we're requesting, and we will be on the agenda for January 12th in order to discuss it with the Board of Trustees, to figure out how to move forward to finance the build-out over there.
Since this is going to be before our next meeting, can you make sure that you email everyone to remind them?
I can.
Thank you.
I can put, you know what I can do is, why don't I can just send out an invite, if they can choose to
Yeah.
put it on their calendar.
Yep. That's
Okay. Hi. You guys made it. Or you made it.
So I just
Hi.
want to make a comment on this. So as we all know, Building 63 has 10 units, roughly 2,000 square feet, between $1,600 and $1,900 a month per unit. In the 9 years that we've had these units, there's not been one vacancy. We normally fill a vacancy the same day as when the occupant leaves, and there's availability. We have people that want these things. We need 4 more. We planned for this. We have the facility to do it. This was something that we planned years ago to do, and this is a moneymaker. So we are projecting to gross around $96,000 a year from these 4 units. However, because we're doing aviation work, runway 1735 and taxiway, we're going to need our cash. So we need roughly $350,000. Well, it comes down to this. The reason that we're able to put money into our buildings and our obligations for like the Groh Rd Athletic Center is because we generate revenue from other buildings that help us invest. The Groh Rd Athletic Center is not going to generate revenue for us. It's going to be a great asset to the community that we're willing to do, but we've got to put money into it. And as Daryl Filarski points out, we have to continue to put money into it because it is that type of a building. It's a big building. And we're okay with that. We always have done it for the benefit of the community. But the only way that we can do it is we generate revenue somewhere else. And our big revenue generation has been, one of the shining stars is Building 63. We need to generate more revenue. So this meeting is set up to go over this whole program with the township board to say we will do an interdepartment loan for roughly $350,000, pay you more money in interest rate than you're currently making. We will invest that money into Building 63, generate $96,000, pay a 10-year obligation out of that, that we would, every year, it fits our budget, and take more money to put into other facilities, like runways and taxiways, and fulfill our obligations to the FAA. But we cannot just keep spending money on things that don't make us money. So we're willing to do the athletic center, which we've already committed to, but now we've got to figure out how to generate more revenue. And this program will be very safe for the community, very safe for our finances in the township, very easily paid back from our revenues that we're going to get from these buildings. Again, we have a history, not one vacancy in 8 years, and we have a list of people that want these things. The longer we go without having it, we're leaving money on the table. So this is a township-owned facility, right? The airport is. It's run differently, but it's a township-owned facility. The township signs contracts that put us legally obligated to take care of it and maintain it. There is not going to be any millages or money from taxpayers on this island to support anything on this island or on this airport. We've never asked for anything that we didn't pay back with interest to the residents of the island. And this is going to be an example that we have to go to the township board and say, we need this, and we're willing to support it with revenues, give you more money than you're currently making, and it's a win-win for the township, for the residents of this island, for the airport, and the community as far as having a sustainable operation here that they don't have to worry about supporting with taxpayer money. So that is an introduction that you're going to hear when we have this study session, Bill.
I'm grateful for this opportunity, because there's some questions I'm going to have to sit down with you guys and clarify in my head.
Sure.
I mean, it seems to me that as I'm listening to this, the first time I heard $350,000, stay with me here, I'm doing this with a smile on my face, but we were going to use it with the athletic center. Now, basically, in a way, we put dollars out to get dollars back in. So what we did is we've transferred this around, and instead of funding it that way, we're going to go back and go to building 63 and do it there.
Well, but it's not just there to
Different source of
the
revenue.
athletic center, it's to the entire operation of the airfield,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And as when you look at the other proposal, it was the same thing. You had to look at the entire impact on your balance sheet as well. I'm impressed with what we heard tonight about the athletic facility. It's awe-inspiring. I'm also impressed that we're able to get money from those buildings from people who will pay rent for them. I personally have other concerns that I need to address as well, just from the township's point of view. We have a fund for unexpected expenses, which is where that money would come from. And I foresee challenges that make that $350,000 right now, with what I understand, something I need to know more about before I'd approve it.
And that's why we're having a study session.
I've also told you, just so that it's down for the record, and you've heard me say this to you at least twice, anybody that wants to present it can. I would, in good faith, to the bottom of my soul, present what this organization wants to the board. And with what I know now, I'd have to say in good faith that I have some reservations. I need them to overcome. I am willing to listen, but I've got to get a better grip on this.
Well, and this is why we're having a study session.
Thank you.
That's all we can ask for.
And just so you know, Bill, never in the history of the Commerce Park Commission has ever the liaison voted against the Commerce Park Commission.
I've got Jessica, you're gonna kill me.
With that, we will move on to the manager's report.
Oh, can I ask just one question?
Sure.
So back in 2019, I remember when we were building out the Building 63 at that time, and We had various drawings done by the architect. Did we go so far as to build out, have it already drawn out with 4 additional buildings? I think we did, right?
We did, and
So we have that.
we do. So back in 2019, what had happened was the original drawings were for only 8 units, but because of the interest in having them, you guys ended up choosing to build out another 2 units. And then when was that? Just about a year and a half ago, we had an architect do another drawing, architectural drawing for us for those 4 units of roughly, 15 to 2,000 square feet. So those drawings have already been completed.
That's a good start.
Now we can move to the manager's report.
Well, I'm going to start out by introducing, for the sake of your time, thank you for driving out.
Oh, okay.
Chat a little bit.
Who's this gentleman?
I have not met
Oh,
him, but
perfect.
I think it's released to this. I'm guessing he's with Schoolcraft. Knowledge.
So I'm introducing Raymond Tate is with Schoolcraft. He's a partner with the gentleman Myron, who I've been talking to. We have been working on some workforce development programs through RISA and the Wayne County, what is it?
Yes, Wayne
Wayne
County, Wayne RISA is
Yeah.
the largest intermediate school district for Wayne County. There's over 260,000 students for Wayne County, about 36 school districts, and about 100 charter schools that they're over for Wayne County. And we've been working with them to create a drone discovery program. This is for 12th graders. So the whole ideal is to get these students exposed to the drones, but also ones who want to become pilots, so they could transition from being getting their FAA 107 to fly these commercial drones to becoming pilots as well. And so we were looking for partners, and we thought Groh Rd and the city of Detroit, especially Groh Rd with its rich history, and for those students who live downriver. The programs for seniors for starting in February to May. It's every Saturday and about 3 hours. And the whole ideal is to get these students exposed to getting their everything that they need for their 107, but also immerse them into real life opportunities with employers. So if you got your 107 commercial pilots, you also wanted to have an opportunity to say, I have my 107, what can I do with my certificate? And the whole ideal is to bring employers, in addition to the study portion of the program, is to say, okay, if you're in public safety, this is how you can use your 107 to get a job or continue your education. If you are in real estate, or if you are in agriculture, energy. So these are all the workforce partners that we're looking to engage in as part of this partnership, and continue this throughout the year. Bring in students from the district, getting them opportunities to get their 107. Some can go to college, some probably would go into entrepreneurship, but others will probably need to have a job. So at every step of the way, these students will have an off-ramp to go into a certain field with their 107. Also, like I said, ultimate goal is some of these students become pilots. And again, because of the location, because of the history, because we have students that located down river as well, this would be a perfect way to partner, if you will, to not only expose them to the rich history here, but also give them an opportunity to get a credential that will lead to gainful employment. So what you see here is the actual 12-week program that outlines what the students will go through. So the FAA 107, it's about 60 questions, multiple choice. And so these are all the things that they would need to learn to get their 107 and ultimately pass their certificate, get the certificate, and then take the next step.
Just like to add a couple of things. So just for clarification, a Part 107 is a pilot's license for drone operations. And then The other thing I'd like to add is that there has been conversation with Halls in order to utilize the hangar facility in order to do some of these drone flying actually in the hangar. So these children and I think adults might
Yes.
be in this program as well.
So 18 to 24, if you have, so the FAA requires if you have a drone, commercial drone, it weighs over 55 pounds, you have to get a certification to either fly that drone, or if it's for, if you're going to make money off of making flying these drones. So that's what the FAA requires. And so there's certain, just like getting your driver's license, there's certain things that you have to understand of flying the drone, from safety to airspace to mapping the actual directions of where the drones will fly, temperature, weather, all of that stuff is part of your requirements that the students have to learn to prepare them for the certification.
So in part of the efforts that we've been working on for the past, month and a half, 2 months, I guess
Yes.
it's been, we have been working with some of the startup companies down in Detroit, which are heavily involved in this UAS space right now, which is the advancement in air mobility, and they're looking for partnerships in order to help educate the youth in order for this workforce development programs.
Yeah, like I said, ultimately is to meet these students where they are. Some will go to college, some will go to work, some will continue to just do whatever. 47% of the students are in high school in Michigan do not go to college after they graduate.
What percentage, sir?
47%,
47.
yes. So these kids graduate from high school, they don't have a clue what they're going to do. Now, they may matriculate back to college, but here's an opportunity, again, to meet every student and young adult to where they are and get them on off-ramp to get stackable credentials.
If I understand you correctly, when they have this certificate with 107, what you call it?
Yeah, the FAA 107.
They could operate a drone of some sort and somehow use that skill to help somebody themselves to make a living? Is it?
Yes. So if you think about it like just when power lines, say you have a power line down or a storm here in Gross Ill, Consumer Powers or DTE uses these drones to get into areas which they can't get to.
It reduces risk significantly.
Exactly. And then if you look for every sector, whether it's agriculture, whether it's energy, whether it's public safety, again, let's say someone's ice fishing and fall through the ice. These drones have the capability to have infrared lighting to find people where they are. Again, reducing the safety aspect of first responders being on the ice, and they can pinpoint where these people are. Same thing, we have an employer that has a construction and roofing company. They do Fortune 500 roofing for like General Motors, Solantra, and people of that nature. And they have infrared drones that you have to be able to operate that to go do the inspection. And they're looking for wet spots that you can't go with the naked eye. So these are all those types of things. Of course, the military and defense, manufacturing. One of the employers would be one of the only manufacturer of drones in Michigan, which is in Detroit. But they're looking to hire not only people to do the actual assembly of drones, but they're also looking for folks who can fly these drones for various aspects. In fact, Janelle was able to fly in a drone. She didn't know that you can do the joystick or you can push a button, And they have docking stations at various places. So this is, again, if you think about the wars that are going on, you hear about the drones. Those are the same things. Those things are programmed to go do in Ukraine and all over the place, actually.
Did you read about the one in Ukraine? They had these 5 trucks that had like a little house on the back with a bunch of drones in them.
Yes.
Those guys had guts to. We're ahead of myself. They were trying to get these drones to strike a target. The drone didn't have, from the starting point to the target, enough range. So they drove into Russia with these trucks.
Yes.
Basically rolled the roof back, and I don't know where the 5 guys that flew were. They were at home in Colorado, for all I know. But
Yes. Kind of like the Trojan horse, so to
they
speak.
beat up over 40. They got 40 aircraft, didn't they?
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, but that's a perfect example. Yeah.
So Raymond, I was, just to kind of move this along to hopefully approval, we didn't add it to the agenda, but I think we could still, if Mr. Moran is okay with it, approve this. I'm ready to vote tonight, but just want to make one comment. I was reading something about this, and, we're talking about military, and we're talking, the drones and the drone operator and the programmers and the people in aviation, this is probably one of the most exciting growth opportunities in our economy.
Yes.
I mean, I was reading an article on this, and, you have these cities now, law enforcement are using drones
Yes.
all the time now.
Yes.
I mean, people don't even realize it. If there's a call come in, there's drone stations, every 3 miles or whatever, that people don't even know they're there, and all of a sudden a drone pops out and goes, eyes on the scene within a minute.
Exactly. Exactly.
exactly.
We have a public safety division, police actually on campus, and same thing. And so police, fire, you think about rescue, now healthcare. I live not that far from a hospital in Grosse Pointe, so there's every now and then you hear this helicopter, and so now these organs are actually going to be carried by these drones to the hospitals and things of that nature.
I
So-
mean, it's the growth, the people that are going to be needed for this
Yes.
are the people that you want to bring here and train,
Exactly. Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not doing it.
Exactly. But, think about it. If you got grandkids or someone in your household who has children, the roads to which it could go to is endless. And this whole thing is to give them exposure, because you don't know until you be able to perceive it. But then you're like, man, you mean I can make a living doing photography for a real estate company, just doing roof inspections, or I can do it for construction, or I can do it for agriculture. So now these crops that's going bad, now I'm operating a drone that's go inspect all this land. So to me it's a great time to be in this space, but I think you have to expose these kids to it, and then have off ramps where they can say, oh, I never thought I could do this. I can go down this road, I can do this road, or I can continue on my education and get additional credentials. So that's the beauty of this thing. So,
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Rathel?
is it okay if I make a motion?
Sure. Yep, we can turn this into an action.
I move that we approve a memorandum of understanding with Schoolcraft College for their drone development program to take place over 12 or 16 weeks.
it's pretty much 16 weeks, but it's a continuous.
Yeah, but right now our
Yes,
initial-
first initial is exactly 16 weeks.
So 16 weeks to utilize a vacant office in the north side of Hangar 2, which I believe is the upstairs
That
office.
is correct, yeah. It's the southeast office.
Okay. And our obligation to this is to provide a space and give Janelle the flexibility to work with Schoolcraft and Myron or Raymond, whoever is going to be, the lead,
Yeah, that'd be me.
for a total of $1,600. So it's $1,600 for 16 weeks on Saturday morning. I'm assuming that it would be like a lease or an MOU with insurance, everything that
Insurance, yeah.
is covered, right?
Correct, yes.
And then anything that is done with halls inside, halls would sign kind of release.
Exactly, yep.
That
Got a motion by Mr. Rathel. Is there support? Support by Mr. Filarski. We do have a roof at an athletic facility that can get a lot of practice inspecting.
That's good to know.
Well said.
We have a motion by Mr. Rathel, supported by Mr. Filarski. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Thank you, Raymond.
Thank
So
you.
Raymond, like Michael over there, he's moving to Grozeal. And when this program takes off and you have full flight operations and school, extension of Schoolcraft College, here on Groseal at the airport, you're going to have to move over here too. So, because you'll be here all the time with these students. So,
That's a goal. That's a plan.
where did you say you live? Grosse Pointe or something?
Yes.
Yeah, well, they have nothing on
Point.
Grosse. We have a world-class athletic facility, okay?
Yes. Yeah, I used to work at Bablo back in the day, and the middle school was one of our bigger clients. Would come down there from Grosse Ile, and the whole middle school would go take the boats to go over to the island.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you for being here
Thanks for
tonight.
coming
Oh,
out.
thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome to stay and listen to the rest of it, or, okay, perfect.
You're up, Janelle.
Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year, because we won't see each other over the holidays. So I'd first like to wish everybody Merry Christmas, and hopefully y'all have a safe and happy holiday. A couple of quick updates. Bar Restaurant, I was in conversations with the run earlier today, and they do have a management company that they have in place to run and operate the restaurant portion of it. The architectural elements are on their way, and we should be expecting those drawings by the end of this month. That's all I have for that right now, and I'll just kind of continue down. Last week, I had a conversation with CNS because MDOT had reached out to us in reference to 1735. So conversations and review of what the design is going to look like have been started. Looks like there will be a meeting sometime in January with the FAA, between MDOT and the FAA. That's about all I have, but it is at the very beginning of the conversations with the state and the feds. So good news there. So as more comes out, I'll let everybody know. Just wanted to have some quick conversations. I've been working on, we have some more trees that we have to get rid of up on Groh Road. I know that we had started conversations. I've been in the process of trying to get quotes on what those trees are going to look like there on Groh and up and down East River. So as I get quotes for that, I'll be sure to let you guys know. I think this time there's been conversations in a subcommittee that we will be sending out notifications just to let people know that we're cutting trees down on our own property, and it will be handled, and we're paying for it and everything. That way there's some communication there. Yeah.
Just an aside to that, the height of the tree is what the main issue is, and it's got to be low enough that an aircraft can safely maneuver through the area. What is the situation if we have property a little farther outbound that has even higher trees? Do we have any concerns ever with that? I know it's a little off the subject, but it occurred to me to ask that just now.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a tree that's above a certain height, then there's always concerns from the safety element as far as our approaches go.
So the safety element extends beyond wherever the tree that's come down. If there's some huge giant tree someday there, then it would still be an issue.
And yeah, I mean, because it would be obstructing the approaches.
Exactly, that's the point I'm
Yes,
saying.
correct. Hence the reason that we're cutting our trees down on our property on Groh Road in order to,
It's over on
protect-
the northeast end there you're talking about, isn't it?
No, it's on Groh Road at the beginning of the Runway 22.
Well, I'm saying East River Road and Groh Road where they meet. Just come back.
Yeah, it would be our side, where the bike path is.
Yes.
There's trees there that are encroaching.
Right now, but my question was going north in case there was ever a tree. There was a hypothetical. I wanted to learn something from you.
Okay,
And you've answered my question.
okay. As far as a little bit more conversations about this drone space, this UAS space, I have been in conversations. I'm trying to partner with hopefully maybe one of these startup companies. They have a AAM Statewide Mobility Challenge that is through the Department of Transportation. So there's different areas that you can apply for. I don't know where these conversations are going to go, but with efforts with, Schoolcraft and some of these conversations that we've been having, there's been conversations in applying for some of these grants. So they're allowing for user cases studies that says how can you use drone in order for the economic development in the state of Michigan is essentially what they're looking for. So if we can find partnerships, we will be applying for some of those grants. I don't know where that's going to go, but those conversations are being had. An update on the plane donation. I know that we had reached out, John and I reached out to Maps Museum, and we have been putting together a steering committee along with Halls and actually Jake from the FBO staff in order to figure out how we're going to begin the process to move that plane from Ohio to here to Groseal. I would like to thank Sparling again. During the maintenance staff, they had actually found a fuel leak in the Jet A. Sparling was out right away, being that it needed to be addressed right away. Thank you to the maintenance staff for addressing that and getting Sparling out right away and preventing a huge safety concern. So in addition to that, and despite the very first tree removal or the snowfall this winter, quickly unexpected. We had down equipment at that time, but the guys were able to get a welder out here over the weekend in order to prepare for the snow removal, that happened actually on a Sunday night and into a Monday morning. So thank you for the guys on, keeping the runways safe and cleared from, I actually think that was snow, and then it continued on to a slushy mess. So, but they were able to, keep it really clear. Outside of the snow removal, I'd just once again like to thank the response time on all the Hangar maintenance that has been completed over the past, year. We'll get a call. There'll be broken cables. The guys are really on top of it. And I just can't thank them enough for their ongoing efforts for the Hangar maintenance. And hopefully the pilots have been impressed with the response time and, them not being able to get their hangar doors open. Thank you, Guy and Missler, because we had a furnace go out today, actually. They were out immediately. We had a furnace go out in the north side of Hangar 2. It was 55 degrees in there today, so that was fun to walk into. I had two things walking into. One, Guy and Missler had to get the furnace working over in Hangar 2. So Frank and Lorenzo were able to help assist that. So thank you guys for that. I know we talked about the Meridian land release. We have been working with the engineer and to get a survey done, which we'll get that done hopefully sooner than later. I have begun conversations because one of the requirements is going to be we have to get fair market value. So I've been in conversations with appraisers to get us an idea of what that appraisal is going to cost. But I can't get that until I get a survey because I need boundaries. And then we'll have to get a legal description also that goes to that parcel of land for the completion of the land release for that. Quick update on the Taxiway joint seal, Charlie Echo and Foxtrot. We did receive the signed contract back from the state, which put us in a position to continue the further contracts with CNS and American Solution Pavement Company, which will be doing the joint seal, which will be starting sometime, we're hoping, in May. So we'll probably be doing a pre-con, maybe hopefully sometime January, February for the pre-con for that. And once again, that's going to be a 20-day project out there. We did get the update for the DNR for wildlife management today. So I did handle that with the DNR for, once again, just some of the safety and the ongoing efforts for nuisance control here on the field. And I will be meeting with Expert Mechanical tomorrow to look at the louvers. I think at 1 o'clock or something like that. We're gonna meet up over there. We need a new motor, and I know that we had brief conversations, but we have 2 motors on hangar number 2. We only have one contractor that can do that service. And I think I had sent a quote out. It was roughly about $30,000 for a new motor. Just want to plan with the budget season coming up and some of the monies that we're spending. It's just some conversations that need to be had and how we want to move forward with that. But we will not be able to go out for any RFP or anything like that. I mean, this is the only company that can do it. Without, we're not going to be putting a new door on. So just some conversations in the future to be had about that. And one last item, as far as the Partners for the Public Art with the DIA, they sent out an email to me today. I need to respond by the 22nd of December. That we'll be having a meeting, and I don't know if that's did you go to the one? I don't know how the process worked for the DDA, Ron.
I did not.
Okay.
Ross handled that.
Okay. So, but if anybody would like to attend that, I'd like to extend that invitation. It's January 8th at 10:30 in the morning. So that concludes my report.
Any comments or questions for Janelle? Hearing none, we'll move on to our next item, which is subcommittee reports. We have none. Next item is any commission members have any open business? Any open business? Hearing none. Chair report. I would like to, again, thank all of our commissioners for their service this past year. We've had a lot of things to discuss and approve over this past year. Sometimes negotiations get to be tough, but I think we're always fair with our tenants, and we always try to negotiate deals that are at market rent and are fair to both sides. So I appreciate all the effort from all of our commissioners. And as Mr. Athel had indicated, Mr. Hornby, thank you for your efforts on the athletic facility. And Mr. Athel, I know he has spent many hours on that, as well as a lot of other activities here at the airport. So, Mr. Athel, thank you for your efforts this past year. And Janelle, let's keep things going. We've made a lot of improvements, and as we heard today in our financial report, we have retained earnings of over $1 million. And when this group started a number of years ago, I don't even think we had $100,000 in retained earnings. So this group, I think, has managed our financial responsibilities and have been fiscally prudent in how we manage this airport and these Commerce Park properties. And I think we've got a lot of good momentum, and let's keep it going for the next year. So
Thank you.
thank you for everything you do.
All right, well, since we're on thank yous, I mean, I thank this commission every month because it is by far the best commission on this island, and I don't say that in jest. But Ron, I don't think we could have a better chair. You have been the chairperson of this facility called the Commerce Park for 19 years. And under your leadership, we've been able to do all this stuff. And I just want to thank you for your time and your knowledge and your level-headedness. You were my sounding board.
Bring you down to
I call you in the most inappropriate times during your workday, but you always seem to have time for me to say, okay, John, run with that. John, I got to call you back on that one, so don't do anything. And then you wait a week to do it, and then I forget about it. So you know how to manage me. So you're a good friend too, Ron. So
appreciate the kind words, Mr. Athel.
so thank you.
Anything else? Any comment from the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Rathel,
Of course.
by Mr. Heil to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say no. Motion carries.